Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, dun dun dun, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. Nobody quite knows the reason. Staring down from his cave with a sour, Grinchy frown at the warm white windows below in their town. They're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming, for tomorrow he knew. All those Who girls and boys will rush for their toys, and all the noise, noise. Then the Who's young and old will sit down to a feast, and no feast, and no feast, and no feast. They'll feast on Who pudding and rare on roast beast, which is something the Grinch just could not stand. And then they would do something he liked least. All the Who's down in Whoville, the tall and the small, they'd stand close together with Christmas bells, and the Who's would start singing. And they'll sing, and they'll sing, and they'll sing. They'll sing, which is... And the more the Grinch thought of this Who singing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop Christmas from coming. Why, for 53 years I put up with it. Nah, I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? Ruff, ruff. Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch thought of a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what I'll do, he said. With this coat and this hat, I'll look just like Saint Nick. All I need now is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there were none to be found. Oh, Max! So then he tied a big horn on top of his head. He loaded some bags up on an old ramshackle sleigh and hitched up old Max. So then he said, "Giddy up!" And they slowly headed down to all the Who's were still a snooze in their little town. "This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed. So he slid down the chimney a rather tight pitch, but if Santa could do it, so could the Grinch. He only got stuck once for a minute or two. Then he stuck his head out the fireplace Who with the little Who's stockings. Then he started to take the presents. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash. And then he slowly started to stuff the tree up, when he heard a small sound of a little who. Santa, why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? Well, my sweet little tot, there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, and I'll bring her back here. Why, his fib food, that child. And he patted her head and gave her a cup of water. And little Cindy Lou Who went back up to bed. And then the Grinch stuffed the tree up. And the last thing he took was the log for their fire. And he left small crumbs, even too small for a mouse. Squeak, squeak! And he did the same thing with the other Who's mouses, leaving small crumbs for that. It was 1:15 dawn, all the Who's still a snooze, and he made his way up to Mount Crumpet to dump it. 3,000 feet up the sides of Mount Crumpet, as he rode with his load to top of Mount Crumpet to dump it. I know just what they'll do now, he said. All the Who's will go boo-hoo. That's a noise, the Grinch said, that I must certainly hear. It started low, and it started to grow. Why, the sound wasn't sad. It was merry, very merry. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together without any presents, and they would sing. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. Why, it came just the same. With the Grinch's feet ice cold in the snow. Why, it came just the same. It came without ribbons, cards, tags, thingy-mabobs, goo-goo guns, shotguns. Maybe Christmas, he said, doesn't come from the store. Maybe Christmas means perhaps a little bit more. Well, in Whoville, they say, the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the Grinch whistled down Mount Crumpet with his load, and he himself, he carved the roast beast.